My name is Lorelei Scarbro, and I live in the Coal River Valley. I live in a little place called Rock Creek, West Virginia. I live at what I call ground zero for mountaintop removal. Unfortunately, it's one of many places that are ground zero for mountaintop removal, and the mining industry has a definite impact on my life. My husband spent 35 years as an underground union coal miner, and he died of black lung. I'm a mother of four. I raised four children in Raleigh County in a heavy coal producing area. I am very, very concerned about the negative impacts that irresponsible coal mining has on my life, on our life, on the lives of all my neighbors. And especially since recent studies have shown increase in birth defects. And we've known for years as residents of coal communities, we've known for years that our families and our neighbors have high rates of cancer, high rates of diabetes, high rates of heart disease, and a lot of other kidney disease, and a lot of other life-threatening illnesses. And I'm concerned that people outside of West Virginia would do game blaming and say that that's all our fault and it's because of the way that we live. I live rurally. I live about 26 miles from a couple of small towns. I'm in between Charleston, West Virginia, and Beckley, West Virginia. And it is difficult unless you grow your own produce to have access to fresh produce. We travel a long way to get to doctors and to get to grocery stores, but that's a trade-off that I'm willing to make for the peace and serenity of the place where I live. I live 3 miles up in a holler. If you are from California, that would be called a canyon. Hollers are called different things all over the country, so it just depends on where you live. And it's very peaceful there. I'm surrounded by mountains. I'm surrounded by very, very beautiful mountains. And I'm concerned that we live in a mono-economy in southern West Virginia in what's called the coal fields. The coal fields is a very offensive term for me. I prefer mountain communities, and mountain community residents is who we are. I don't believe that coal is our most precious natural resource. I believe our people are, and I think we should do everything that we can to protect the people, and especially the next generations. I'm very, very concerned about the quality of water that my grandchildren will have when they're of childbearing age, and I think that we need to do everything that we can to make sure that our streams and our air quality is protected. I started about a year ago with an organization called the Boone Raleigh Community Group. We formed this organization because we didn't like the way things looked around us. We didn't like the fact that what we lived in was what appeared to be one more dying little coal town. There are hundreds, probably thousands of those throughout Appalachia. And so we wanted to try to change the landscape of things. So a group of rooted in the community people, actual stakeholders in the community, got together. We put a board of directors in place. We acquired a physical agent. We acquired a building, and we started working together to create a space, to create a neutral space, a space where no matter which side of the issues you come down on, that we can come together and we can try to work together in order to make the place where we live a better place. And so we formed this organization. We are working on healing the community and binding the community together and trying to find common ground with the people that at one time were on opposite sides. I've been in protest with the line of state police between us, and you have angry mobs screaming at each other, and I realized as long as we're screaming at each other, nobody's listening. And so we realized that if we're going to change things, that we're going to have to start talking to each other. And if we're going to start talking to each other, we're going to have to create a space where we can do that. And so we formed the Boone Raleigh Community Group. It is a space where we want everybody to be able to come in and feel as though that's a third place, a place where they can feel free to be who they are and voice their opinions, and for the people in that space to try to find common ground and try to work together in order to make the place that we live a better place. I think that we all need to try to come together and understand that there are so many things that we agree on. We agree on clean air and clean drinking water for our children and our grandchildren. We agree that we need jobs, and one of the things that I advocate for strongly is job diversification in the coal fields. I think a mono economy is a death grip for our state, and certainly for the people in our communities. We have no choices. And a lot of those things that people stereotype the people of West Virginia for are a result of the fact that we have no choices. And I believe that we need to diversify the economy. We're going to have coal mining for a very, very long time. If that's the reality, then we need to do everything that we can to make sure that it's safe and it's responsible, and that the people that we love, when they go in there, that they're protected and they're taken care of, and they have good health benefits and they have a good rate of pay. We need to know that if they're in a situation that they know is dangerous, that they have the freedom to say, no, I don't have to do this. I won't do this because me and the people around me are in danger. So there's a lot of things that we can agree on, and we need to come together and try to do that. We need to create a space where our children have choices, where they have opportunities that they haven't had before. We need to raise kids that believe that they can do anything, instead of just accepting the fact that if they're ever going to make a decent living in our communities, that it's going to have to be in a dangerous job where they risk their lives every day and possibly even ruining the environment. So that's what our organization is about, is trying to create change on the ground where we live.